Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, A Night of Ashes. I'm Maxdell, your storyteller, and right now we're going to go around the table and introduce all of our players. We'll start with Alyssa.
Hi, y'all. I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and you can find me online at A Disaster Queer. You can also find me on the public podcasts, Goblets and Gays, and An Unwavering Force, which are both Pathfinder 2e games.
Hi, I'm Lyndon. I go by they them pronouns as well. I can be found on Tadpole Talks on Twitter as well as Polywag on Blue Sky. I'm not on any podcast right now. This is my first time playing an actual play, so I'm happy to be here. Ruiz?
I'm Ruiz at Bohio Blues. Yeah. On all social medias, it's BOHIO, and then the word blues, normal style. Yeah, happy to be here. Excited to get scared and religious.
Lovely, lovely. Our fourth player, Josephine, who I believe is a scary dog friend on socials, could not be here for this one, but they will appear in the future. I am Extel, again, your storyteller for this chronicle. At Extro the King on all the socials. You can follow me there to see what I'm all up to across whatever I'm doing, because it's a lot of stuff. But let me get into a bit of a content warning for the game. So Vampire is a game of personal horror as well as creatures of the night. And so there may be themes, topics, or scenes that contain content that could be uncomfortable for some people. I've talked to the cast. I know their lines and veils. We've had a discussion. We have safety systems in place so that if things get too intense, they can let me know and we can step aside and deal with it. So if you ever see me switch gears suddenly or some other things may happen, that's why. It's because we're trying to make sure everybody's safe. Well, no, we couldn't do that with you. So we ask that if you feel uncomfortable at any point to please step away, take care of yourself, do whatever it is you need to do to get your mindset back right. The numbers of the viewers on our show is not as important as your safety. So please take care of yourself. For right now, I'm going to quiet up. Actually, no, I'm not going to quiet up. You're going to hear me talk some more. Because I am going to get this ball rolling. It's not easy. Life. It holds us in place and takes powerful swings, as we can only sit and wait for the blows to land. Sometimes they miss. Other times they hit hard. And in between the swings, we change. We become people that we never planned to be. We do what we can to prepare for the worst, for the next one, because we know it's coming. So we clinch. We pray. And if it hits, hopefully, we can survive to take the next one. And with that in mind, let's watch this tragic story unfold. It's a Saturday afternoon, a place known as Cliffstead, Washington. Clouds block the sun and bring in a dull color to the town as the people here go about their day, going to pick their kids up from school, going to and from work. Some are on their lunch break. Some are just having a nice walk out on the town. The smell of damp forest and a hint of rain linger in the air. And for a place so busy, at least as busy as a place such a small population can be, it's quiet. The hum of the city is soft. And in some ways, the quiet is comforting. In others, it's disturbing. Hippolito, Where do we find you? Here in Cliffstead.
Ippolito is currently leaving the hotel room they've been staying at for about the past week. Headed down to get some lunch. We see a sort of like very gangly, very sort of awkwardly built young person, probably on the cusp of 30. Well worn, like neat, sort of like preppy outfit. Little like an extra from Riverdale. The tiniest baby ponytail tied to the back, and a very like nice leather messenger bag slung over his shoulder. And yeah, right now he just left the room. He's locking up, and he is headed to the local diner.
The town is as you've seen it before. Again, people going about their day, handling their business. You see a couple of kids as they sort of run around their parents on their way to do whatever it is they're doing. Maybe shopping, maybe going to the arcade. But they're having a good time. It's not too long before you end up at the diner. You see Jean, the waitress, greet you. Oh, hello. Is it like a table, or will you sit at the bar? Alright, take a seat wherever you want. I'll be right with you in just a minute. You see as she heads down the sort of walkway and begins to take an order of a couple people at a table. The place is not busy. There's about maybe 4 or 5 people in here in total, including Jean and the cook in the back. But you find your seat at the bar. It isn't long before she approaches you. Alright, sugar, what can I get for you?
Just a burger, fries, and vanilla milkshake.
Alright, sounds good. You've been in here before, right?
A couple times, yeah. New to town.
You planning on taking up residence?
Not likely, but I'm not opposed to the idea.
It's a nice town. Quiet most of the time. People keep to themselves mostly. Mostly. Some of them are nosy. It's normal. But I'll be right back with your burger, fries, milkshake. Chocolate or? No. Alright, cool. She starts to head over to the counter and puts her your written order on the wall for the cook to get, and begins going about. And as you settle in, we zoom out to the diner across town. River, where do we find you today?
River is in her trailer. She's been handing out books to children. She's a very slender, pale Chinese woman with pretty messy black hair. But what's most distinct is that because the afternoon is really hot, she's got a pair of shades out, and once she's done handing out the books to the children, she sends them along and she turns the sign that indicates that her shop is closed. And she's gonna head down to the diner as well to take out some lunch and eat at the trailer afterwards. So she makes her way down to the diner the same way.
It's a good place. A lot of people go there. However, Saturday afternoon, most people spend eating at home. So it's not busy today. However, you find yourself walking there. Oh, sorry. You said you're taking your trailer with you, correct?
No, she's leaving her trailer at the trailer park and walking to get food.
Gotcha. Walking. On your way there, someone passes by you. You see this about a 22-year-old man, light brown skin, stands about 5'10". Make a wits and awareness roll for me here. Difficulty here is 3.
Not great.
I don't believe you got any successes, so it's a good time. Yeah. For a moment, something about this person sort of starts to catch your attention, but the interest is lost as they move out of sight. But sooner or later, you make your way. You find your way into the diner. Again, not too many people here. You see a person sitting at the bar, a couple of people sitting at tables. There's one other person sort of at a far table, more toward the back, sitting alone. And you are approached by Jean, who you've probably seen here a couple of times. Oh, hello. Looking for a table, or would you like to sit at the bar?
Oh, could I get takeout this time? I still need to mend my shop and everything. I'll just get a regular burger and fries and a large Coke if you still have those.
Yeah, it's totally fine. We got the Coke bottles if you prefer, since you want to take it to go.
Sure, that sounds great.
Wonderful. All right. You want it cold or not? Some people don't like it cold and I don't understand it. But, teach their own.
I'll take it cold. I'm okay with anything.
Lovely. All right. I'll be right back out with that. She begins to walk away, again putting the order on the wall for the cook to get, and quickly returns back to you with a cold Coke bottle, one of the classic ones, the old school ones.
River will sip on it and just observe the diner, just more out of detached interest of the place than actually looking for anything. She's just waiting.
Are you paying attention to anyone at all?
Not right now.
You're just chilling, waiting for your food. Wonderful time. It's not too long before you get it. Jean comes back out with 2 plates in hand, sets one in front of the person you see at the bar. Hippolito, she places your burger and fries down in front of you and says, milkshake will be right out. Takes a little bit of time to make it. We're still getting the ice cream going. But promise you, it's the best you'll ever get this side of Washington. And then begins to approach you, River, and hands you in a to-go box your burger and fries, and says, "Here you go, hun. This is to go. Do you want any sort of we got ketchup packets and whatnot? Would you like any of those?"
No, it's all right. I'll just eat it as is.
All right. Teach their own. Again. Have a good day. I hope you come by again. Try a special out. It's real good.
We'll see about that. She kind of does a little head shake from side to side, like she's teasing, and she'll take the takeout box, give a sloppy salute, and then leave.
She turns around and begins to go back to her work. Not much to be done. She just begins wiping off tables, starting with the one you were just sitting at, making sure that it's clean, and then for other people who want to come down and sit. Monica, you just rolled into town. Your tire bursted as you enter town, and your sister has run off to God knows where. What do we find you doing here on this day?
Yeah, Monica is used to having to clean up mistakes without her sister, so there's nothing new there. But she is this slim, pretty woman with very light brown skin and soft features. She's tied back her long dark hair into a slightly haphazard ponytail and is dressed for the long drive that she was planning to make today, wearing just an oversized cardigan, yoga pants, sensible sneakers. And as Tony runs off, Monica also gets out of the minivan that she's been driving and starts walking into town. I mean, ideally, I'd be able to find a mechanic. I think it's probably more likely that I'll find a gas station and have to ask around from there. But I'm not just going to wait for whatever it is that Tony's doing to fall through before I start acting. So into town on foot I go.
Wonderful. Trying to find a mechanic. I'm gonna need you to make let's call it let's go with wits and awareness. See if you can sort of figure it out. Difficulty here is gonna be a 3.
That is 4.
Lovely. 4 successes. It's a great time. You sort of are kind of like, no, if that's over there, then the mechanic might be. And you sort of figure out your way to this mechanic's place. It is about a 5-minute walk from where you were. And you find a single mechanic working on what looks to be a old, like, 1950s Pontiac. And sort of hood up and sort of not really paying attention to any of his surroundings.
Very sort of gently and tentatively, she'll knock on the wall, the garage door, whatever it is, and say, excuse me, sir, are you open?
What? He pokes his head out from behind the hood.
Hi, sorry.
Yeah. What do you need?
My tire blew out just outside of town. Can y'all tow me in, help fix it up?
Oh, yeah, sure. Like right now?
Yeah? How soon could you do it?
About an hour.
Oh, an hour. That's great. That's perfect.
Yeah. You got like equipment and stuff for it? Like
I have the keys to the car. I thought that you would have.
I mean, like, you got like a jack or.
Do those come with it?
Sometimes they do. It's like in the trunk. Is it one of the newer cars?
Yeah. It's 2023. Pretty new.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. So that's a real new car. Yeah. Nice. No, yeah. I can get to it in about an hour or so. Can you do me a favor and leave it in neutral? Because I'm gonna have to push it all the way up here.
Oh God. Yeah. No.
Yeah. No. It's fine. It's just. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's I do it all the time.
Is this like an older gentleman, or do they look like, how physically capable do they look?
This person looks to be about like 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'll go back and do that. And then should I just wait here, or how does it work?
Yeah, you can wait here. You can wait in the office if you want. There's like a TV in there, I think, maybe.
Great. Yeah, I'll find out if there's a TV. Thank you. It's a silver minivan. You'll see it. I think it's pretty obvious. It's the only one I saw on the side of the road.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty sure. All right, but I'll get that going for you. As soon as I can. It's gonna take me about an hour and a half to before I can go out there. Just leave. You can keep your keys if you want. I'll come get them from you, or you can leave them right there on the thingy. Pretty sure there's some paperwork I have to have you fill out. Well, we'll get that when we come to it. There's a take pop squat. There's also there's a diner about half a block that way. If you wanna get something to eat. Also, I'm not kicking you out. I'm just saying stuff for you to do.
Yeah, no, I've been driving all morning. Having something to eat sounds great. Thank you. And she sort
Yeah,
of
yeah,
digs through this like oversized tote bag and hands over the keys.
yeah. No, it sounds good. Oh, there, thanks. Uh, takes the keys from you and sits them on the table. Yeah, I just gotta finish up this thing here and this jigamabob on there, and then figure out what that doohickey does. Everything will be good though.
Yeah, it sounds like it'll all be good. Thank you.
Oh, name's Jason, by the way. His hand is greasy. Sticks out his hand to shake yours.
And she
Covered
has
with
3 young kids. She does not mind dirty hands. So she will shake his hand as well. Monica, thanks so much. So I'll just come by in like 2 hours then and see how it's looking.
Yeah, hour and a half, 2, 3, whenever you want. You know.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
And we'll head on out towards the diner.
You would hear like a sigh as you begin to leave, and then just as you continue out again, the town is sort of around this time. Most people are getting off of their break, so you see a lot of people walking probably to work. You're not sure, but someone passes you here. This again, about 5'10", 22-year-old, light brown skin. Go ahead and make a wits and awareness roll as he passes you by.
That is 1 success.
It's a very weird moment. Sort of catches your attention, but as he passes you, you don't get too much off of him, and it's almost as if the thought of him leaves your mind entirely as he's out of your sight.
That definitely seems fine.
But again, for you, it's about a couple minutes before you reach the diner. Approached by Jean. Oh, hello. On her apron, there's a name tag. It says reads Jean. Oh, hello. You're new here. Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Name's
yeah. Monica, my car broke down right outside of town, so
Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry about that.
no, it's fine. I wasn't expecting to find a mechanic. No offense, but we talked and it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Sure, I'm sure it will. What'd you talk to?
Jason? Do you know him?
You want a table or the bar?
A table, please. My sister will be here soon, probably.
Oh, wonderful. You have a sister. That's cool. Are you both looking to take up residence here, or is it like you just passing through? What's the deal?
Oh, no, we weren't even intending to stop by, honestly. If the car hadn't broken down, we wouldn't be here at all, but...
Oh, well, it's unfortunate. Well, this is a nice place to break down in. You know, small town, not too many people. Some of them are nosy, but isn't too bad.
No, it's very cute. I mean, Jason said it would be, a couple hours before he was able to get to the car. So I'm hoping to, look around a little bit. I love small towns.
Yeah. Jason will surely show you results. That's for sure. You're welcome to sit right here. I'll be right out with you. I'm just gonna go handle a couple things, and I'll be right back to take your order.
Thank you.
Here, she pulls out a menu.
I think Monica sort of takes a look at the menu, checks to see if they're still serving breakfast. And then
Breakfast is all day.
Yeah, seeing that they are is like, great, got my order set, and takes out her phone to text her sister. Basically like, hey, found a mechanic. I'm at the diner. It's in this direction in town. Want to meet me for lunch?
You don't receive a response just yet.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting one.
But Jean does approach as you sit here. Actually, you notice a couple of people. You notice someone sitting at the bar. You notice there are two people who look like they're getting ready to leave after they've eaten. There's another person sort of alone, far off in the back of the diner, sort of just sitting there. They have food. They don't seem to be eating much, though. Just sort of sitting. However, Jean does approach you. All right, what do I get for you?
Could I just get a big stack of pancakes, please?
Coming right up, dude. Now, strawberry, maple, blueberry syrup. What do you like?
Oh, strawberry.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Excellent choice. My favorite. All right, coming right up. She jots down stuff on a note. Again, goes over to the cook, slaps it on the wall from the get. And it's not too long before you are brought your food. And as Jean walks by, we'll switch the camera over to Hippolito. Food has been had. Milkshake has been brought to you. Are you taking your time eating?
Yeah, I think they sort of got themselves that like Norm from Cheers like corner spot at the bar so they can like still look at the window. Yeah, they've got yeah, he's just sitting there slowly working on his food, but he has he's also got a little like moleskin journal with but in the in between the spine and the pages there's a rosary with yellow beads, and it's just sort of he's just sort of has it sitting open and he seems to be writing something.
Tell me, is what you're writing significant to you?
I think it's sort of a it's a habit he picked up in college, sort of like a way to get out nervous energy while seeming intellectual, you know, like is like he's like if anyone were to look at the page, it would just be like there are 5 cars outside. Here's what they look like. Here's what their make and models are. It's just sort of stream of consciousness plus random observations, like a way he's sort of taught himself to sort of like essentially stim while steaming, you know, very dark academia.
As you are sort of sitting there writing, your thoughts intent in the words you jot down on your pages. You feel the presence of someone sitting next to you at the bar, in a seat right beside you, to your right. I need you to make a willpower roll from me.
Okay, straight willpower. All right.
Difficulty here is gonna be 4.
Oh, exactly 4 successes.
You hear a voice. It says to you, with them you shall. Trailer. Car. And then the voice disappears.
With them you shall trailer car. I think that like strange sensation comes over him, and he just writes those words down, just like make sure you got it right, and then we'll write it like 2 more times, and then sort of like start to look around the restaurant. He's been here about a week. Has he seen River's trailer? There isn't much. Yeah, there isn't much to see in town. So especially like a new trailer in the trailer park, because a lot of those parks you rent the land under you and you live there for a long time. So to have someone who's probably still hitched to a truck, that's a little different. So
if I remember correctly, this sort of timeline here is that you've been here slightly longer than River has. So you would have seen at some point either River or River's trailer sort of come through town, and you've noticed that she has stayed here for a little bit. I don't think you see her often, but you have seen her.
It's also pretty distinct because she does sell books out of her trailer. So it's also unusual to have a bookstore that is also a trailer in a sleepy and small town like this. Nobody really reads hardcover books anymore, and it's like a common complaint of hers. So that might be a distinct like sticking point in terms of your impression of her, essentially.
yeah, the trailer park's probably at the edge of town, near, like not far from the motel, and like seeing a bunch of people come back and forth like with books, like that's at least noteworthy. There are a ton of people in this diner, and I imagine there's probably either a TV on or some music playing. So did I hear the exchange between Monica and Jean?
Go ahead and, well, I'll ask you this first. Were you at all paying attention to like your surroundings?
I think he actually like flips like back a page, because part of this little like writing exercise is just writing down straight words he happens to overhear as like part of that like observation. So like to see if like is there anything in quotation marks that like he wrote but didn't really register.
Yeah, I would say that I'll ask you this, Monica. Do you think you were talking at all subtly or quietly? As you were like, no, my car broke down.
I was not trying to be subtle about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it is very much possible for you to have overheard that and written it down. I'd say you might have heard you might have wrote down broke down or car broke down. That's what you might have written down in your book.
Car broke down, pancakes, strawberry. Despite this like very like weird experience he had, he does like look around and does sort of have that moment of like laser targeted another person of color in the same space I'm in. And will like where is she sitting? Like, what's the distance? Like, basically asking, how weird is it if he just like gets up and like walks over to say hi?
I would say about. Um, I would say you probably sat down somewhere around, probably closer to the door, not like like right in front of it or anything, because the bar doesn't go that far. But I would say closer to the door side. And the seating that in my head was offered to Monica is the seating when you first walk in. So it'd be not too weird. It'd be sort of like a quick turnaround and then like a few steps diagonally for you.
And like one last thing, I'll ask: is Monica wearing any? Um, well, I can just be straight up about it. Anything Christian on her? Does she have like like a little cross? Does she have like a rosary keychain? Jesus
Ooh.
fish phone case, something like that.
I think she probably has like a little cross necklace. Her keys have been left with Jason, which may be a bad choice.
Yeah, sort of like trying to have the appearance of like sort of like absent-mindedly. He'll like close the book up and like try to very like semi-casually stroll by Monica's table. Uh, Hi, sorry, excuse me. I couldn't help but overhear they having some car trouble.
Oh, yeah, no problem at all. We broke down right outside of town,
Hmm.
actually. A tire blew out.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Um, well, I'm Hippolyto. I'm also just passing through. If you'd like, if things aren't really working out with the mechanic, I know a little bit about cars. So if you wanted like a second opinion or something, I have some tools in my car. It's not a full shop, but
Oh my God. Here, do you want to sit down?
Yeah, sure. Runs over, like grabs his stuff and sits opposite Monica.
And Monica sort of leans in close now, trying to be subtle for the first time, and says, "Do you know anything about the mechanic here, Jason? Jean sounded a little skeptical when I said that that's who was taking care of my car."
Hmm. Uh, yeah. Do I? What do I know about Jason?
Roll for me. Let's go either intelligence or wits, plus politics.
That's three successes. Every dice was a
Love it.
success. Yeah,
Uh,
8 and 9 out of 10.
You've been told directly by a couple of people. Oh, and if you're having car troubles, do not go to Jason. He will steal things. He will make your car worse and then charge you more to try to fix it.
One of
Oh
those.
no.
Yeah, I think
And he'll also steal things out of your car if you leave it in there.
oof. I think he's having a hard time doing what he came to town for. So he's sort of just like trying to fill that gap by just sitting at the diner and listening to whoever will talk, like just sit there and talk to him. Um, so he'll just like try to like lean in very respectfully. I haven't been here that long. I'm not a resident. I don't know that much about people around here. Um, I have heard Jason is a bit of a mess, a bit sticky fingered. Yeah, it's probably less than ideal scenario.
I mean, I don't have much in there right now, but God only knows what my sister brought with her. Um, Thanks for letting me know. I will text her and maybe she can stay with him while he is fixing our car. And Monica will like do that, pull out her phone to send that text, but also ask, you haven't been here long either? Are you visiting? Do you have family in the town or what brought you out here? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh no, that's fine. One of my old professors, it, is friends with the local priest. So I came out to do a bit of a check-in on him in the local parish.
Oh, that's sweet. Is he doing okay? I do stuff like that at home, like Meals on Wheels and checking on the older folks for the church.
Yeah. It's an interesting setup they've got here, but uh, from from what I can tell, they seem to like what they have going for them. But I was going. I came in on a Monday, so you know I'll be going to Sunday Mass tomorrow to see for myself. But yeah.
We're gonna switch over into River. River, you have made it back to your trailer, or wherever you choose to consume your lunch here. I need you to make another wits and awareness roll for me.
That's 2 successes.
Oh, nice. It's a wonderful time. That is enough this time. As you sort of sit and are eating your food, one of your books lands and hits the ground off of its shelf.
She stops, realizes her hands are greasy, sighs, wipes it on her shirt. It's just this very like grubby graphic tee. She's always just in the graphic tee and like heavily patched jeans, so she's not really very well kept. She wipes herself down and just walks over to glance over, see which book has fallen and if she needs to patch it up.
But you do find one of your books, one of the more thicker ones, fallen on the ground. Do you go to pick it up?
She'll pick it up to see which page it's fallen on. Just kind of like, okay, this is really ominous and I don't want this getting damaged. A lot of these are vintage. Totally not selling this for all the wrong reasons. And she'll just kind of pick it up, check its condition.
For the most part, it's fine. It sort of fell. It didn't really open up on a page. It sort of fell on the part where you opened it up at, and didn't really spread anything. Just sort of landed. But the thing that strikes you is as you go to pick it up, you hear a voice.
Okay.
Sort of this drawn out sigh. From in front of you.
She startles and stops just as her hand is reaching out towards the book. It's definitely tense, the way she suddenly and abruptly pauses, but she waits for the person to start speaking.
Diner. They'll help you. They'll help you. And as you sort of look, there's nobody there.
she looks a bit confused because she does have customers that come by, don't comment, just looks at the shelves and walk away. So this is not uncommon occurrence, but she does feel that this is very ominous. So she'll pick up Moby Dick, close it in her hand, abandon her lunch, and close up for the day before she goes back to the diner with Moby Dick in her hand.
All right, everybody, we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to take about 15 minutes here. Use the bathroom, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back with more A Night of Ashes soon. Welcome back, everybody, to our Chronicle A Night of Ashes. We hope you had a good break. We certainly did. And without further ado, let's get right back into it. River, you just heard a voice telling you that there were some people at the diner that would help you after a book from one of your shelves mysteriously fell onto the floor. I believe you were heading out to the diner.
With the Moby Dick in her hand, and she's just muttering to herself, I thought I left you behind. I said you're not going to tell me what to do after this. And she's just really angrily stomping to the diner with Moby Dick in her hand, just really annoyed that this is happening again, but we'll leave it at that.
Well, those are things to deal with later. It doesn't take you long for you to reach the diner. However, in the meantime, Hippolito and Monica, what are you talking about?
I think a little bit of time has passed, and I gave the warning about Jason probably messing up her car when he gets to it eventually, maybe taking some stuff, and and I think we've just been chatting about normal day-to-day stuff.
Yeah, I think Monica has asked, or will ask now, like, so what is there to do around here? Is there like a main street with shops, or?
There's a shop.
Oh, a shop.
Yeah, it's one of those.
How about a hotel? If this Jason is as bad of a mechanic, we might have to end up staying the night.
There's a motel. It's not that bad. That's where I've been staying this.
Oh, great. What's the name of the motel?
Oh yeah, sure. And I'll like write down like the specific street address, but I'll also just let you know. It's about 5 or 6 blocks down that way. Make it right.
Yeah, and Monica is sort of consistently texting everything that she learns to her sister, just to be like, hey, if we have to stay the night, we can stay here. I've heard bad things about the mechanic. Maybe keep an eye on him.
Lovely. It is around that time, in the river, you've made it to the diner.
Okay, so I think I have a question for Reese. Would Hippolito have bought anything from her before? Because he seems like a person that would dabble in various books that she might have.
I think River's definitely seen him around. I don't think he's gone into the trailer, but you've seen them with a couple different books before. Like the few times you've seen him out, usually at each time he has a different book in him.
All right, so that would stand out to her quite a bit. So she'll probably approach Hippolito and Monica, who are clearly having this conversation, and she's just gonna take a seat at the bar, pretending to read Moby Dick, but not really paying, like more or less just eavesdropping in on the conversation fairly openly. Just like thinly viewed, browsing.
Now, are you two at all being subtle or secretive about your conversation? If so, we may have some opposed roles here.
I think once we stop talking about Jason, I'm not trying to be subtle.
Yeah, no. I think, yeah. He's just like naturally just trying to like match whoever he's talking to energy. And if Monica, is, doesn't care, has like a certain volume, he's just gonna go ahead and match that. So you can very clearly tell what we're talking about.
Yeah, she's not joining in quite yet. Just kind of high-key browsing Moby Dick while listening in, just kind of waiting for an opening, more or less.
Okay, so there's one shop. What else is there to do around here?
There's the diner. There is the lumberyard where everyone works. And there's a strip mall about 40 miles away. Maybe?
That'll be hard to get to without a car.
Yeah, and the church. That's about it.
River leans in. There's a bookstore out in the trailer park if you really want to browse.
Oh, really? I'd love to see what a small town bookstore out here looks like.
Well, you're in luck because I'm the owner of that bookstore, and she offers a hand. My name is River. I live in the trailer park out on the outskirts of town. I run a bookstore out of the establishment. Nobody reads these days, it's the 2020s, but hey, someone has to preserve tradition, right? And she just kind of smoothly enters this conversation, but you can tell there's this sense of paranoia around her, like she's constantly looking behind her shoulder, expecting anything to come out at any moment.
Nice to meet you, River. Yeah, I've seen you around. I haven't gotten a chance to check out your store yet.
We're running out really quickly. I have to probably go and run and get another cycle of books in. But you have good taste. I've seen you around with a couple of books in my hand, and she still got her hand on top of the Moby Dick that just fell off the shelf. She feels that this is important somehow, so she's just keeping it on deck, just like holding it down like you would hold a small animal down with one hand. So that's what she's doing with the book.
I'm Monica. Nice to meet you. Is it mostly classics, sort of looking down at the Moby Dick, or do you have other variety?
I have a lot of romance novels. I love writing pulp fiction, and I add to my own collection sometimes. But I have a lot. I don't know if you'd be into it because it seems like you're pretty new.
Yeah, no, that's what I was asking for. Actually, you write too? Do you sell the books that you write as well?
She looks a bit uncomfortable at this question, and she goes, "I'm trying. Not many publishers these days." Looks a bit shifty as she says this, but like I said, it's a small town. I'm not expecting too much sales, and I just make do. What about you? Are you going to stay for a bit, or?
Oh no, my car broke down right outside town, so I'm just trying to pass through as quickly as I can, which I think is not going to be quickly at all, actually.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pain, considering she looks to Hippolyto like, "Did you tell her about Jason already?" in a low voice.
Yeah, we talked.
Oh, he got her, did he? Didn't he?
Not yet. I'm gonna take a look at her car later, make sure
Cool.
everything's still attached to what's supposed.
Yeah, and I mean, my sister's out there to supervise, probably, so it should be fine.
Oh, that's so sweet. It's a family trip. Where are you guys headed? Any destination in mind? Or just, moving around?
No, I mean, we were trying to head up to Seattle, but, well, hopefully she'll still want to go after this.
Okay, that's. She kind of seems a bit trying to figure out the map of the US in her head. And from her accent, you can tell that she's not actually American. She definitely has a more distinctive, like Asian, Southeast Asian style accent. Oh, yeah. Well, you've. I don't know if you've heard, but they really want us to take our residency here. Needs new blood or something, I swear. Rosa eyes.
Are you planning to settle down here then? I mean, you said you have a trailer out already, right?
She glances behind her again. She kind of furtively, like reflexively glances back behind her and she goes, "No, I can't stay long. I don't stay in places long."
That's very fair. Yeah, I have a feeling Jean gives that spiel a lot, you know.
It's why I've started taking my food out instead of staying here in the diner to eat. There's only
That's
so
very
much you
fair.
can put up with when she keeps asking similar questions all the time. Love her lots, respect her, but personal space.
Hippolyta's keeping an eye on the kitchen, making sure she doesn't come back out yet. As actively talking about her.
Jean is just around. She's moving around, cleaning, doing sort of touch houses, tables. The people we saw at the other table have long and since got up and left. To be a married couple of sorts. Not in the best of moods, it seemed. But yeah, she's just moving about, waiting for more customers to come in. Well, now there's a sort of lull in the day as people are back at work, and there are many things happening in town. Speaking of which, it's at this moment you hear a large and resounding thump on the window next to you. And as you look off in the distance, you see a 22-year-old man, about 5'10", light brown skin, standing across the street watching you.
Have I seen this person around before? Do I know who this is?
Not at all.
Does it seem like he threw something at the window, or?
If you inspect, go ahead and make let's go wits and awareness, or let's go intelligence and awareness, whichever is higher for you.
That would be wits. 2 successes?
Yeah, I mean, for something to hit the window that hard, had to have thrown something. It's just the best you can come up with. You're not exactly sure, but something that make that big of a noise might have even broken the window, though. So it's kind of surprising how it's not.
You know that guy?
Hey, Jean.
Yeah. You need something else? Another milkshake?
No, I'm good for now. Do you know that guy sitting outside across the street?
Okay.
I look over at the window. Do I still see him?
No.
Oh. Don't worry about it. Must have left.
All right. Well, I know just about everybody in town, so see him again, you let me know.
Definitely. Appreciate you.
I'll tell you who that is. Yeah. I won't do anything like physically, but I can tell you who it is.
Appreciate that.
Was the stranger standing next to a building, or was he just across the street staring at all of us?
So sort of standing on the corner of the street, right before a crosswalk, just sort of staring at you. where
Alright.
you're sitting.
Strange. Monica, do you want to take a look at River's books? You know, since we'll be waiting here a bit, and you're waiting on your sister, so you probably want
Yeah, I
to
mean,
wait
I
till
don't
she gets back to you.
want to pressure you to go back to your shop and open or something if you were on your lunch break, but I'd love to take a look at the books if you have time.
Sure, you can just follow me. I mean, I usually take out my lunch, so I can just eat my lunch while you browse the selection. Don't worry about it. She says this mostly to herself, but also to the others. And she gets up and starts leading both Hippolyto and Monica towards the trailer park.
As you all walk, the smell of rain grows thicker. And it seems to grow grayer in town as the clouds begin to darken. It's possible that heavy rain is coming, but who knows? But eventually, you'll make your way there. Well, at least before you're stopped. Well, sorry, not stopped. But you sort of bump into someone on their way. He sort of isn't really paying attention to where they're walking, and it just kind of like bumps into you, Hippolyto. Excuse me. Sorry about that. This person is wearing looks to be the town's cop uniform, the deputy. One that you probably know as Otto River. And sorry about that. Sorry, on patrol, just looking around. Wasn't watching where I was going. Sorry about that. How you all doing today? Everything good? You seen any weird stuff lately?
Pretty good, but why are you out in this rain? It just rained. And she's kind of glancing up and then looking back at Otto. Did something happen?
Nah, Sheriff makes me do patrols. I'm still new. I'm the only deputy, so I don't get why I have to do I guess that makes sense why I have to do the patrol. She's the sheriff, so yeah, whatever. I'm out here, happy to help. Yeah.
Looking at like the uniform, this is like he's the town's sheriff's deputy, not county, not with the county sheriff's department.
Yeah. This is essentially a city, but it's a very small one. Most time it's referred to as a town, because of the population and how small it is. But effectively, politically, it is a city. So technically, he's the city. He is Cliffside PD, technically. However, the population only calls for really 2 law enforcement officers.
He's from like an area not too dissimilar from this, and a town of this size usually wouldn't have its own police. It would rely on the county sheriff's department. So I think this is what finally like makes him realize like, oh, this used to be much bigger, and this department is sort of like an indicator of the size of this place previous. He just looks at Otto. I was like, oh yeah, no worries. How are you? Anything interesting on your patrols?
Nope. Just going about. The town's kind of boring. I mean, there's the missing people, but it's not like they went missing so long ago. So it's kind of like at this point we've mostly given up on him, unfortunately. I'm still kind of holding out hope.
River
was a friend of
frowns.
mine. But
Still no luck
it's fine.
with that friend of yours?
Nah, none. But I'll find him. Maybe, hopefully. Just headed out to the woods up there, see if maybe there's any indication of where he might have gone. Have you seen any of the posters for him or anything? I know a lot of them have been taken down because the family sort of, come to terms with a certain outcome. So they started taking down the posters. But if you would like, I have some on me right now. I can give you some.
I could put one up at my bookstore, see if anyone might have passed by. Any little bit helps. She looks really sympathetic at this.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. Henry was a real good person. Okay, he was a really great with kids. He was gonna be a teacher. Anyway, he pulls out sort of like these this rolled up wad of papers. How many? He just take this stack. I doubt many people are gonna be. We're not putting them up anymore, unfortunately. So, in case one ever falls off or anything, put up another one. So it's up to you. Yeah, but there you go.
She'll take a couple. What does the person in the missing poster look like?
Do you open it up and look at it?
Yeah, just having a look to figure out if they might have visited her store recently.
Surprising to you. As you unroll this paper, and you see Otto sort of say goodbyes and begin to walk away. This is the person that was watching you.
River shows the others, and she's like, "Hey, doesn't this person seem really familiar?"
That's weird, do you think? And sort of glances off towards where Otto walked off. He's hiding from his friend?
I don't know. Would I know how many people are missing? The way you said it sounds like there's multiple.
The way he said it does sound like there's multiple. However, you've been in town long enough to really only be aware of the one. And this is the first time seeing the poster, because again, they've sort of been taking down, but you've heard sort of Jean go, yeah, those poor tailors, their kid, mentioned it before, sort of. This is the first time ever seeing it. And as far as you understand, this is the only person that's missing in town.
What's the name?
Henry Taylor. Henry Taylor is the son of Vanessa and Michael Taylor. Vanessa, you would know. You don't know much about Michael. You understand he works somewhere in the city. However, since this town's sort of main export is its lumber, the lumber yard is one of the more important places in the city, and the foreman of the lumber yard is Vanessa Taylor, Henry's mother, who was actually one of the people that you saw sitting in the diner.
To Monica's question, River looks very distant and goes, maybe there are things that he can't come back from. I don't see people leaving communities behind for no reason. And she just says this in a very resigned tone.
Yeah, Monica looks a little sad and says, yeah, I mean, everyone can have their reasons, but they're not always good, and there's always a way to come back.
River does her customary side-by-side head tilt towards Monica, just agree in a very agree to disagree type of unspoken manner. She looks at the poster again and goes, I think I should just put this up. Do you still want to go to the trailer park? Maybe ask around if people have seen this figment pop up, or if he's just been hiding out in the woods this entire time like a wild guy. I don't know.
I mean, do you think people will talk to us? I'm happy to help. I just don't want to dredge up any old pain. I don't really know anything about the town. I'm happy to put the signs up at least, and maybe someone will ask about it, and then we can talk with them.
If Otto hasn't given up yet, it means at least somebody in town is still thinking of him, if you get my drift.
Sometimes the best we can do is keep our eyes open and hope.
Give back to the community and everything.
Something like that. Yeah, let's put that poster up.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, compressed time here. And you arrive at River's trailer. This is exactly how you left it, River.
She'll open her shop back up from the side of the trailer, just kind of lift it up and put up the poster on an easily visible part of the makeshift shop that she kind of lives out of. It's basically a shop house, kind of, at this point. Also checks if any books have fallen in between, now that this has happened already once, and she's like, it's a wholly sealed up trailer and books can still fall down, so I'm gonna just check if any other books have like fallen in this meantime.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Everything is just as you left it. Seems like it was a weird one-off occasion.
Oh, sorry. Make yourselves at home. Just let me know what you want to buy. Everything is $4. All of it.
Oh, wow, that's so cheap. If you
Very
have any romance suggestions, I'd be glad to take one.
She walks over to one of the aisles and she's picking out books from the shelf. It's quite a bit, and she asks, "How long are you gonna stay here?" I mean, on average, one person finishes a book in a day or two. So, you know, if you're gonna stay for vacation, I can just pick out a whole set for you. I don't want to leave you on a cliffhanger, after all.
I mean, I was hoping we'd get out of here tonight, but I think I'm thinking less and less likely that that's going to happen. So probably, I mean, you mentioned a church service, right? So maybe we can leave after that?
I guess so. She'll pick out about 2 to 3 and offer it to Monica. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. It's clearly a very trashy looking romance novel. It's probably so trashy that it's kind of terrible, but she's really proud of it.
Got the like generic like muscled man, like with with like animal skin on his shoulders.
Yeah. And then the woman in like the bikini just like fondling the guy and the abs, something along those lines. And it's one of those.
Yeah, it's called like A Night of Passion or something.
Yeah.
Night with a K, because for some reason it's medieval, but yeah.
It's okay. I think what she passes you is the equivalent of this universe's Chuck Tingle novels, and it's a trilogy. So make of it as you will. It's ironic trashy.
I was going to say Monica is going to be extremely confused when she reads these. But she's like, "Oh yeah, thank you so much," and we'll hand over like the exact amount of cash. This will be good to have something to occupy myself tonight.
Yeah. It's been raining out so often, you should probably stay indoors anyway. So a good book and a cup of hot tea for any good occasion. Works for me.
Yeah, is the diner open late or is it?
That's a good question. What are the hours?
Yeah.
It's 24/7.
Ooh.
It's not always Gene. Gene does work there a good bit amount of the time. Not all, but not the whole time, of course.
They're open fairly consistently, but if you're living out in a motel, you'll probably be able to get motel food. I don't know what they serve there. I don't live in the motel.
Yeah, I would stick to that. It's for the best.
Appreciate the
No, it's,
advice.
The motel cuisine is most of the time like banquet, you know. They just plate the banquet and give it to you.
Yeah, they've got a hot plate and a microwave in the front office, and that's the kitchen.
Dang, don't make me self-conscious. My kitchenette looks better than that. And she's pointing down the aisle of this trailer where there's a very simple kitchenette. There's like a makeshift bed, and there's a desk, and that's kind of it. That's her entire house. Don't make me feel self-conscious. I'm gonna start feeding you.
I'm currently staying in a motel room and eating it out of a diner, so I can't point fingers.
Yeah, you gotta make do with whatever you get.
Mm-hmm.
But, food is food. If you have the choice to eat good food, you should try to eat good food, which is why I try to make my own. But sometimes it's good to give back and give the diner business. Maybe she kind of strokes her chin a little. Maybe they might have some thoughts on who Henry was as a person. I mean, Jean just said she knows everyone in this town. Maybe she might have some thoughts, or maybe, I don't know, if we can piece together what people's impression of Henry was, it might narrow down the locations in which he might have just shown up. I mean, I don't know, I'm just like shooting the breeze here.
Yeah, and I guess if he's hiding, it's really weird that he threw something at our window, right? Like, he had to know that was going to get attention.
Yeah. Maybe he's just trying to get out of town, so he tried to reach out to the newest people here.
Possibly, but if he knew about me, he'd know I have a trailer, and he could just have asked me instead of being spooky and weird about it. But I think that this is just how the town says hi, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, it's been interesting. An interesting time.
I could make you all something, just a bit of dinner. If she looks at the time.
I wouldn't want to put you out.
It's fine. I can go to the grocer's. I don't know every to church, but I'm not religious, so I usually just do my grocery shopping while everyone's at mass so that I beat the crowd. I'll be fine, I promise.
It's very sweet of you. Thank you.
There's a knock at the door.
Coming! She'll excuse herself and go to the door.
You open it.
She'll open it.
As you open the door, there is you see a about a 65-year-old man. Hair is graying, in his sort of like barely standing. Eyes brown, very pale. And he just he holds up a piece of paper in his hand that just says book.
Does it say the title or just the word book?
It says book ? Excuse me.
Okay. She'll pick up the sheet and ask the old man, "Oh, well, I have a lot of types of books. You have to be a bit more specific."
He pulls out a pen and puts the paper, flips it over onto the side of your trailer, and starts to scribble on it. And then brings it back in front of you, and on it you see it reads, vampires?
She's like, she wants to answer that she has vampire like trashy romance novels, but she senses this is not what the old man probably wants. She doesn't want to recommend him Twilight. So she lifts her finger and she goes, "A moment." And she trots back over and she tells Hippolyta and Monica that she has a customer that's looking for vampire books. So just give me a bit. I'll fix up dinner once I'm done with this. I don't want to recommend this poor man Twilight as much as possible, and she's just kind of leafing through what she has. Would this be in abundance, like in 2024, where you can find a lot of these types of vampire stories, or is it rarer and more like high fiction?
It is. There are many books about vampires. It's pretty easy to find some, I would say, especially with your large collection.
All right. She'll pick up maybe 2 to 3, since that seems to be the going trend for a lot of these readers that come to visit her. Bundle it up nice and easy with some rattan string to kind of make a little makeshift plastic bag for the old man. Walks over and goes, "Here you go, that'll be $12. If you decide you fall out of love for it, I can refund you and I can take the book back. Is this okay?" Do I recognize this old man?
Actually, make a roll for me here. Make a roll of, let's go wits and either politics or streetwise, whichever one is higher for you.
Streetwise for certain.
Difficulty here is gonna be, I'm gonna set it at a 4.
3 successes, so not enough.
You may have seen him in passing, but you're not quite sure like who he is. But he reaches into his pocket and just pulls out like a wad, not like a lot of money wad, but just like a bunch of crumpled up, whatever he had in his pocket. And it's very crumpled and just kind of like obviously like just thrown in there just about. And he sort of like holds it up, didn't even count it, just kind of.
She'll try to give him exact change back.
It is not even enough. It's about $8. But as you sort of get the money and you count it and you realize it's not enough, you see 2 people sort of come up behind. The first one you see is a woman about average height. She seems to be slightly younger than him, but still on the older side. A pale skin, she has blue eyes, her hair is graying but not gray. And then you see a sort of like androgynous person. They stand about just slightly taller than the older woman. This one looks to be like mid to early 20s. Black hair, sort of brown skin, hazel eyes, and they both sort of kind of approach and go, Mr. You see that the younger person just go, "Mr. Benedict, you had to wait for us. Sorry." Oh, it turns to you. Sorry. He wanted to come buy some books, and he sort of snuck out on us. And then you see the older woman speak up. "Yeah, sorry. Was he able to tell you what he was looking for?" Or?
Yeah, he was looking for an interesting collection, but he's a little short on the money. She points out that she passed him 3 books and he only paid $8.
Oh, how much is it then?
It's 4 each.
Oh, okay. And then you see the other woman sort of pulls out wallet, takes out a few bucks and pays the difference. Sorry about that. He's very adamant about his reading material. I'm not quite sure why he's so interested in reading nowadays. didn't really use too much, but sorry about that.
No worries. I like it when people read. It means I get more business. And sometimes on rainy nights, you just want to curl up with a good book and a warm cup of tea. You know, I get him.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah. I like curling up with a good book myself. My name's Jillian. The older lady speaks up. I'm the teacher here at the local school. This is Thomas. Me and Thomas help take care of Mr. Benedict sometimes. He needs help getting around sometimes. We get him going. You know, just like you should. You know, like good the Lord tells us.
She nods politely at the mention of like the good Lord tells us, but she nods very politely at this and goes, "Well, I've packed up the books really easily for him. It's just a bit of rope, so you can just untie it and take the books out from there. Save the trees and whatnot. And if you want any more, you can just come by on his behalf. I'll be here for the foreseeable future." She trails off in a question as she says this.
Oh, are you gonna be staying? You gonna be staying in town? You see, Thomas has taken the. Jillian is the one talking, but Thomas has taken the books from you and is sort of holding them. Are you gonna be staying in town? Will we see you at mass tomorrow night?
She grimaces. She does like a short grimace smile as she goes, "Oh no, I'll probably be working on tidying up my bookstore in the meantime. It's the slowest part of the week. I can't afford mass. If you get what I mean, no offense."
I completely understand. If you can though, you should stop by, even if it's just for a few minutes. You know, the father is phenomenal and gives wonderful sermons. It's a great time.
Do you have morning mass as well? I was hoping to stop by if we were going to be here tomorrow morning, but...
Oh no, sorry. It's sort of a thing here that we do here. It's a tradition that we tend to hold it at night because, you know, the lumber yard and everybody works most of the time during the day, so we hold it at night so that everybody can attend when they need to. And because everybody likes to, you know, come together as a community, especially because so many people have gone through so many things. You know, we like to support each other and whatnot, man. You know, so we usually hold it sort of late into the night, a bit, you know, after 10 usually. That's about the time everybody's able to. So if you want to come by and you know, say hi and maybe you know take part, get to know people in the community, you're more than welcome to. You know, even if you're just passing through, we love people.
That's so thoughtful. But I'll be gone before tomorrow night. But thank you for the offer.
It's unfortunate. Well, not that you'll be gone, but unfortunate you'll have to miss mass again. Our father, wonderful time. So charismatic, that one. But yeah, no. You know, if for some reason you happen to stay, if any of you, if you're still here, you know, well, feel free to come by. It's a great time.
Well, bear that in mind. Thank you for the offer.
We got to get Mr. Benedict back home. It's nice meeting you all. Again, Jillian Hayes. This is Thomas. Good day. And you see, well, actually, everybody, make a wits and awareness roll for me. Actually, wits and insight. All right, we got 3, 2.
I took the insight specialty empathy for sort
That'll
of
apply.
like, yeah.
That'll definitely apply here. Yeah. So go ahead and add your extra die to your roll.
4 successes total with a critical.
Ooh.
Lovely. So for River, it's a very. They all seem very cheerful. The old man seems a little bit out of it, but yeah, it's happening sometimes when you get up there in age. For Monica, you notice a bit more. There's a sort of, well, yes, there's a very cheerful and sort of attitude from the trio of them as a whole, You can tell that it's mostly coming from Jillian. Jillian is sort of just kind of exuding this sort of like cheery attitude. Thomas is not necessarily any outside of that, but also just not as much as Jillian is. But the old man, he seems out of place among the three of them. Very sort of distinctly not cheery. Hippolito. He is stressed. He is stressed, panicked, and afraid. You can read it in his eyes as he doesn't seem to be afraid of the two that are next to him. And it doesn't seem any of these are pointed at those two. But just a general sense of panic, essentially, anxiety around him. Especially as he, you noticed especially as he wrote the word vampires out and then showed it. Because he did it very quickly and then was pretty forward about it, like not like sort of hiding it from anybody who might have been around, so that only River was able to see it.
Yeah, sort of picking up on that as the three of them are heading out. I'll just say, well, it was nice to meet you three. I'll see you at Mass tomorrow night. Would like to talk more afterwards.
Yes, we'll see you there. Have a good rest of your day, everybody.
God bless. As soon as we're clear, and the door shuts behind them, that man is quite scared of something. Not his caretakers. They seem. He's fine with that, but something else is scaring him.
Well, he asked me for vampire books. I mean, vampires are just made up, right? Maybe he's just gotten himself all spooked after watching too many horror movies. I don't know. Old people have weird hobbies.
Maybe he saw Henry like we did and got concerned. If people declared him dead and all of a sudden he's seeing Henry around town, it's not an unfair leap to make.
That does make sense. I mean, if he can't speak from the way that he was writing things out to me, maybe he did see something. Where do you think he would be staying at? I mean, you've been here a bit longer than me. I've seen you around. What do you think, Hippolyto?
I believe he lives in the same house he's always been. As far as I know, everyone who's here has basically always been here. So yeah, he likely lives either in his family home or the home he built himself, like most residents.
If it would bring him comfort to know that we've also seen Henry around, maybe we should try and pay him a visit?
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it.
That seems reasonable. But why would he I just don't know. It just seems weird that an old man like him would be so interested in total fiction like vampires. I thought that was something that we left behind in middle school.
Never know. Maybe something happened recently that sparked that interest.
Fair enough.
Maybe he
Oh,
was
right.
hoping for those Twilight novels and you thwarted his plan.
Wait, I need to still make you all dinner. Just give me a bit. And then she goes and she is like, oh no, I've gotten sidetracked. And she'll try to whip up something simple. It's just rice and clear stew with vegetables. It's nothing amazing, but it's homemade food.
It's something different from diner food, which automatically, you know, that gets points.
Yeah, it's definitely not diner food.
Monica conspicuously does not text about this to her sister because she doesn't want to infringe upon your hospitality with Tony's presence.
Fair.
Very
That is a
valid.
fair
Yeah.
assessment.
Extremely valid.
Yeah. However, your phone does ring, Monica.
Oh, yeah. Who's on the caller ID?
And it's a number appears that you don't recognize.
Oh, maybe it's the mechanic, and so she will excuse herself and step like out onto the doorstep of the trailer to answer it.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, this is Monica.
Oh, hi, Monica. Hi, this is Jason.
Oh, Jason, great. How's my car?
Well, I gotta be honest here with you. It's not doing too good at all. You say you just had a blown out tire? I've been looking through, I tried to look in the back, see if I can find the, jack, all that stuff to change a tire. Heard some weird, humming, so I checked under the hood. Got a lot of stuff going on in there. There's a lot of bad stuff happening. If you want, I can fix it for you. I mean, if you want, you could just leave it alone. You could just leave it alone. Hope for the best. I wouldn't recommend that myself personally, but it's up to you. But a lot of stuff going on. Ignition coils, all that stuff. You got a bad timing belt. Not looking good under there.
Oh, well, I'm not that far from my destination, so I'll probably just hold off until I get home, but thank you so much, Jason. So we're ready to go tonight, then.
Not looking too good. Road's a little flooded, so it's I'm not sure if you'll be able to make it out tonight.
Oh, of course.
Unfortunately. I will gladly bring your keys wherever you're at, or you can come back and meet me and take them. But yeah, it's looking like there's a big storm rolling in, so I wouldn't want to be out with that, especially with your car in this condition.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I'll come drop by the shop then and pick it up. Thank you.
No problem. If you can't find me, they'll probably be in the office or something. Probably on the desk. Just go ahead and go in there and grab them if you need them.
Yeah, great. Will do. Thank you.
All right, and thanks for doing business with Jason's Auto Repair.
Have a good night. And Monica will hang up and immediately go inside and ask Hippolito, like, so you mentioned that you might be able to check out my car?
Yeah, I can take a look.
Because I just got off the phone with Jason and he said he found a lot of bad stuff happening under the hood, but I mean, after what you told me, I figured maybe not so much.
Yeah, maybe I'll swing by the motel, get my kit out of my car, and we'll head over to check yours out.
Well, I don't want to offend him, and he said the roads are probably blown out anyway, so how about I go pick it up and I can meet you back at the motel, if that works?
That sounds fine.
Alright, you two should probably grab some umbrellas, just in case. River walks over to like a rack of abandoned umbrellas and just like brings them out. Just in case, you never know what happens. I lived in a place where the sun was very hot and it was always raining, so umbrellas all year round. and she just passes
Thank you.
them both to you.
Thank you. He'll take one, and then I'm assuming it's, there's like some benches or whatever, in front of the motel facing the parking lot. So I'll just sit there and wait while Blanca gets her car.
The walk to your respective places takes, I believe it takes you about 10-ish minutes. For Monica, takes you about 15. However, unfortunately, this is when it starts to get pretty bad. The rain picks up quickly, heavy, and you hear the thundering, the lightning strikes, and everything is chaotic very quickly. You all will have to find shelter. This is too dangerous to move about as night falls and the storm rages. Luckily, Hippolito, you are near your hotel, so it's pretty easy for you to get back inside and wait it out. Monica, the only place for you to go is inside the auto place. Luckily, Jason isn't there as you arrive. Seems he might have been cut out in the storm himself. But does have an office, doors that lock, and you can sort of hunker down here for the night. And as the storm rages, as the night takes over, we look away to the church. We see two people inside. One of them is about 6 foot tall. Looks to be about in his mid-50s. Hair brown, eyes brown. Sort of tan skin color, but not necessarily tan as in anything other than a white person, just sort of tan as in he's been outside a lot. The other person stands about 5'8". Looks to be in her 30s. Hair is black. Eyes are blue. Also a white person. They look at each other. Daniel, we gotta do something. We can't keep lying to them. We have to do something. If you just keep your head down, Morgan, I promise if you keep your head down, everything will be okay. We just have to do what he says, and everything will be fine. I promise. It's the only thing we need to do. Do not get any ideas. I know you're new to this, but trust me, you don't want to try it. Look, okay. Been sheriff here for about 15 years now. And you spring this shit on me. Fine. I'll go along with it. But I can't keep doing it. At least, not like this. You said he promised. You said that he would. But I'm not seeing it. Give it time. Give it time. I heard that there's some new people in town. If we... If we get them to come to Mass, maybe he'll give us what he promised. Fine. But you got 1 fucking week. And if it doesn't happen, then I'm putting a bullet right between your fucking eyes. And from there, we'll end tonight's session. Thank you, everybody, for coming to our Vampire Chronicle, A Night of Ashes. We hope you had a good time. I certainly did. This is a wonderful cast, and we're going to go around one more time so that everybody can introduce themselves and, tell us where you are. And again, we'll start with Alyssa.
Hi y'all, I'm Alyssa. You can find me online at A Disaster Queer, and you can find me on podcasts and streams by Goblets and Gays, including a VTM game, and also on An Unwavering Force, which is a Star Wars actual play using Pathfinder 2e rolls.
Wonderful. Lyndon?
Hi, I'm Lyndon. You can find me on Tadpole Talks on Twitter and Poliwag on Blue Sky. As mentioned, this is my first actual play, so I'm not anywhere else at the moment, but I'm sure you can find me on socials. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Ruiz?
I'm Ruiz Deshi. I am at Bohio Blues on most social medias. BOHIO, blues spelled normal style. There are mostly repost stuff, but right now I am in. I don't have the account in front of me because I'm not a professional, but I'm on a friend's Twitch stream. We were playing Changeling the Lost. Very sad, very stressful. It's a good time. Find me online and I'll repost the links there. I'll throw a text.
Lovely. And once again, our other player, Josephine, at Scary Dog Friend on Twitter and on Twitter still? I don't know, but on socials. We'll say socials instead. Could not be here this episode, but will be here next time. So make sure you tune in. And again, I am Storyteller Extel. You can find me at Extro the King on all the socials. And I do a lot of stuff. And I don't know if I can name them all right now. Oh, you can catch me every other Sunday on Altered Echo Archives for Imperial Rising, so that's a good time. That's the one I have a lot of fun with. But yes, thank you all for coming. We hope to see you next time, and make sure to drink your fill and don't stay out in the storm. Goodbye, everybody.